Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another great edition of my Grue Rume Show. For the Grue Rume Show, we got a music video director, and I'm really looking forward to talking to him. Mooch, I'll have you say your name if I said it wrong. I am Rocco Cross. I am the host at Stutters. I am the host of the Grue Room, and my interview will be coming up very soon. This is my Grue Room, and welcome to my nightmare.
But no, it was dope.
Here we go.
It was dope getting to know you though.
Okay. Okay, welcome to Grue, and thank you so much for taking time out of your night and coming on the show.
Oh yeah, I appreciate you having me. We were just chopping it up. What's your first name again?
Oh, Rocco.
Rocco. Sick
Yeah.
name. I just shot a video literally yesterday for a rapper named Rocco.
Wait, really?
Yeah, which is cool. Small world. It's weird.
Oh, wow. Get
Yeah.
out.
What are you Italian at all?
Well, yeah.
I'm super Italian too, so Italians got to stick together, you know.
Definitely. I mean, with the first name like that, I think it's a definite given.
But I was just showing Rocco earlier. I got this Naruto statue right here.
Yes.
Let's show them again. Same height as me. This is my favorite purchase I ever made. This also, I'll give you a little tour here.
Oh, sweet. Okay. Oh,
Here-
you got the hair cuttery thing. The
Barber.
pole. Yeah.
Reason why I have this barber pole. You're familiar with Christopher Nolan?
Yeah, of course.
So Christopher Nolan talks about this in a couple of his interviews of him about the barber pole effect in film.
Okay.
And it basically means like you're constantly rising towards a point like of conflict, like, you know what I mean? To the constantly rising towards a climax point. You know, and he puts it in everything. So even like the sound design, like for example, like the Batmobile as it's driving, it sounds like it's rising, like, you know what I mean? Like little things like that to keep you on edge and like keep you rising. And also it's just like a metaphor that I like in life where you got to always go up, you know?
Oh, wow. That is really good. I like that.
That's why I got that right there.
See, I would have just thought that you sit in a chair and someone cut your hair.
Here's my knowledge.
Nice. What kind of book? Are they like the graphic novels or?
Kind of a little bit of everything. Mostly like educational stuff on like film.
Oh, okay.
This is a book I've been trying. So like one thing I've been trying to do is like, because there's a big thing to do like in film is we got to buy the rights to a book to like use for a movie. Like everyone does it, even if like, let's say I like wrote a script about some like World War II.
Yeah.
But it's completely my story. I could still go buy a book, license it, take inspiration from it, put it in the movie, and then I would be put in like a whole new category for awards because I did like an adaptation.
Okay.
So this is a book that I was trying. This guy right here, I'd recommend this guy's books. His name is Blake Crouch.
Oh, okay. I don't think I ever heard of him.
Did he sign on it? So that's my.
Oh, wow.
But I was reading his book and I was like, wow, let me see if I can buy the rights to this book. And I looked it up and Steven Spielberg bought the rights. And I was like, wow.
Oh, damn. That guy's always buying something.
At least like my head was in the right area, you know, because Steven Spielberg was behind it. But
yeah, whatever he wants, he gets. Like that guy has enough money to get what he wants.
Oh yeah, he's like, besides George Lucas, he's the richest.
Oh my God, yeah.
Richest director producer in history. But George Lucas is the richest and director producer in history, which is pretty dope. And it's funny because he only directed like 3 movies.
I know.
Or actually, he directed like 6, but like I was just considering Star Wars like one thing. You know what I mean? Like,
well, yeah, exactly.
But he really didn't do much, and he's like the richest ever. like goes to show quality over quantity. You know?
I know, right? Exactly.
Yeah.
That's it. I mean, who would have thought, like, you know, when he first made it, like the Star Wars film, like who would have thought it would have become as big as it was? And now, like you said, like
Yeah. That's why I was telling you, you gotta watch that shit on Disney Plus, Industrial Light and Magic.
Yeah.
Because they like show George's like they have like footage of him back then and everything. And he didn't even realize it was gonna be that big too. Like, I mean, he knew like what he was doing. Like he knew he wanted to do this big space sci-fi movie. He wanted kids to be into it, all this
Yeah.
stuff. He like knew his target. But he was like so stressed out. He actually almost like had a it's kind of happened to me almost on set the other day because
Oh shit.
just like that personal shit I was telling you about.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, whatever. But this is a funny story. George, you know, like the end of the first movie, they blow up the Death Star. So they only had like 1 week left to like turn the movie in, and they didn't even do the Death Star like explosion and like the trench scene yet, you know? Like they didn't like the VFX team hasn't finished that scene yet. And so 20th Century Fox was like, yo, like we got to cut it out. We got to just have them leave on the Millennium Falcon and it ends. And George like was like, no, what the fuck? Like freaking out. Like, it's like this is the whole point of the movie. It was like his first idea for Star Wars was like dogfight in space. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He didn't get that yet. And he literally had he talks about how he literally like had like an anxiety attack and he like went to the hospital and spent like 2 days in the hospital.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah. And like he was able to get like 1 extra week from the studio. And so within 14 days, they did that entire scene. Just pretty wild.
Damn.
Right.
Wow.
And then he said like he was like so burnt out, like because he was like watching over the VFX people, like trying to make him move faster.
Yeah, I'm sure he was.
Doing everything he can. And then he says that they all went to like the burger joint or some shit on like Hollywood Boulevard and right in front of the Chinese theater. They're like the day the movie came out, and they were just eating lunch, and they're like, oh, what is all this commotion outside? They're like, what the fuck? They walked outside, and it was people going nuts for the movie, like big line out the door, everything like sold out, crazy as fuck. People were like so ready for a sci-fi movie like that back then. And
oh my God,
like George was like mad surprised, and like, I mean, that must have been like the coolest moment ever, like walking out of like
because
burger joint and being like, what is this?
Exactly.
Like, oh my God, it's for my movie. What the fuck? Like, yeah. No, it's pretty cool.
When you put a movie out, you don't know like if it's going to be a big hit or if it's going to be a flop. Exactly. So like when you're coming out of having lunch and you see this big crowd like waiting for your movie, that has to be an amazing feeling.
Yeah. No, George is the GOAT. The reason why I like him a lot too is because he's kind of like that stick it to the man personality, like stay away from like the big executives. He like, for example, he like when he was pitching Star Wars, he was like, oh, it's just one movie, but he knew damn well that he wanted to do 3.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Like he already had like 3 kind of outlined and planned out. So he like pitched it as 1, got the deal for 1, so he made sure that they didn't own the rights to the other. So then from the success of the first one, that's why Empire Strikes Back was completely self-funded by him. You know what I'm saying? So then he became the executive. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so he
wow.
Yeah. Which is just like
that is really smart.
Right? Yeah, and that's low-key why he's so rich, is because he like signed the deal only for 1 movie, right? And he also made sure that the only thing they got on the deal was just like the rights to that movie. They didn't get the rights to the toys, they didn't get the rights to the universe. You know what I mean? So he had the rights to everything. And then once the movie became successful, he was like, all right, we're gonna make toys, we're gonna make shirts, we're gonna go, and then it just, you know.
Damn.
Yeah. It's pretty dope.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. That really is crazy.
Yeah.
So you're like a big fan, right? Of
oh yeah, not
Star Wars world.
Like if I ever met George Lucas, I would have to give him like a good 1 minute long hug.
Yeah.
It was actually hilarious. I went to like Disneyland out here in LA a couple months back with like my girlfriend at the time, and they turned Space Mountain into Hyperspace Mountain for May the 4th. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It was like Star Wars themed, like sound effects. You're like in the X-wing and stuff. And it was like the sound design was so good. I was really just like crying my eyes out. Like she was like, "Are you okay?" And I was just like, I'm just so thankful for George Lucas. Like,
So was he the person that made you want to start doing your own thing, like
yeah.
directing and doing music videos?
Let me show you where I came from. Hold up. All right. So as a youngling, it's probably like, see my background, my computer's looking like me working on this. I was probably like less than 8. I was probably like around like 8 years old. I just
Okay.
moved. I just moved out of moved my mom out of like a childhood home recently. So I like was
Oh,
looking
okay.
at. I was like looking at like my notebooks and stuff, and I found like a notebook when I was like 8 years old where I was doing it. So I know that I was at least 8. But I used to do Lego stop motions,
All right. Okay.
but strictly like Star Wars. I was just like blown away by the Star Wars movies as a kid, and like George Lucas, his birthday is like one day before mine. I
Oh,
don't know, so
wow.
I
Really?
thought that was like interesting. I was like, oh, we're like the same time, like same zodiac, whatever the fuck. But this is like I used to make. This is literally one I had from a kid.
Yeah. Yeah. The stormtroopers.
But I used to make like custom ones. You know what I mean? So I don't know if you could see. There's like a little like symbol on it.
Oh, you made
Yeah,
that.
yeah. And
Oh,
put that
wow. Okay.
when I was like a kid, and I would like sell them on eBay. And then I would like animate. I would try to animate them. Animations were like shitty because I was just like young and I was just like taking pictures, move a little, take a picture, move it. But I like
Yeah.
like taught me about frame by frame and then I like downloaded After Effects at a young age and was using that to piece it together. And then I just like got better over time. And I remember like the best stop motion I made was like when I was in high school. And then I just kind of like I was a fan of like rap music in high school, you know?
Okay.
People like Juice World and like Lil Uzi and like XXX Tentacion, like Lil Peep and all the like that type of music. I just like some reason I gravitated towards that. I was
Nice.
smoking pot at a young age. I was bad. I was the bad child. You know what I'm saying? like I was really like I come from like a cookie cutter Italian Long Island family. Like
Oh,
no
really?
nobody's ever smoked or drank ever. And then I was like,
And then you come out and you're
when I
smoking,
came
you're
out, I was
drinking,
smoking.
hanging out with rappers.
Yeah, I was definitely like causing stress for my parents. But I shot like my first video ever my senior year of high school, like my first like music video.
Yeah.
But I would like I remember one of the first like real cameras I had, like video cameras, was a like a drone, and I would like fly it around and shit, just like around my town. And then I did like a music video for some like kid from the town over from me. Um,
Okay.
and then I went to college. I was learning more about like programming because I like to make like I'm making a video game right now as well.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like it's a pixel art video game called Bot Wars.
Nice.
Like
Okay.
kind of like it's like Mega Men
Oh,
ver-
yeah. I love that game.
versus like robots. You know what I'm saying? So it's like
Okay.
like cyborgs versus robots in a way. Like fighting game.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then uh when I was in college, you know, like the baby, you heard of him?
Oh, yeah.
I like reached out to the baby's like videographer who I like was a fan of. This guy named James Rico. He goes by like
Okay.
the real goats is like his thing. I just like reached out to him and I was like, yo, like I would love to work with you. And he was like, oh, like is all like the work on your page like you? Because I would just do like little videos and like do VFX on it and shit.
Okay.
I was like, yeah. And then he was like, oh, bet. Like, he was like, do some edits on this video and like sent me the video. And I like did it like that night, like stayed up all night trying to impress him. And he was like, oh, wow, you did that really quick. He was like, I'm coming into New York. We're going to shoot like a music video for the baby. Like, come through, come help out. And I like came through, I helped him out and stuff. And it was like a lot of fun. I acted in the video.
Get out, really?
Yeah, it was like I'm in the baby costume. I had like a fight with the baby.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah, we were like in Times Square and stuff. And then but that guy, he was older than me. He's probably like I want to say he's like in his 30s right now, like 35.
Okay.
He's like probably like got like 10 years on me or like
Mm-hmm.
12, maybe even more. I don't know. But he was like a mentor, you know. And then I just stuck with him for a little bit, helping him out over a couple months, kind of like on some like intern type vibe, but I was like super hands-on, getting creative. But I wanted to direct myself. He was like the director, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So then I was like, I gotta go find an artist so I can direct a video. And there's this kid named Ian Dior who just came out at the time. Same age as me. He's one of my like best friends now.
Oh, sweet.
But this is like while I was still in college. It was like my freshman year of college. I sent him a DM and I sent him like some of my pictures I took and stuff because I would do like a lot of like concert photography.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And I had this like, it's called a stereoscopic camera. If you wait, give me one moment, I can grab it. Just give me one
Yeah,
moment.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
This camera has definitely like helped me out a lot in the beginning of my career. So
Oh, wow.
it's like a 1960s old school
Yeah, that is definitely old school. Oh my God. Wow.
Japanese film camera, but you see it has like 4 lenses.
Yeah.
So it takes 4 pictures at once that are like all like an inch apart. And
That
then,
is crazy.
like in editing software, you could pick like a focal point and like line all the pictures up. And then if you like do like a little edit, it will look like the picture. I don't, you've probably seen the pictures like this on your Instagram or the fuck. It'll look like the pictures are kind of like moving like side to side. You know what I'm saying?
It's nice.
Like the 3D. And that's like how at the time, like that there's nobody else really doing that at the time. So that's how I like stood out. You know what I mean? Like people were like, oh yeah, like take a picture of me or whatever.
That's really awesome. I like that. That's really cool.
But the kid Ian, like literally instantly responded back to me and was like, yo, I'm like, those pictures are sick. Yeah, take some photos of me. I'm actually in New York, like right now. Like come to the city. So I pulled up to him, met him in his hotel lobby, like took some pictures of him, smoked some weed. We hung out and we just kind of like, we were both the same age, you know what I mean? So we just kind of like hit it off and like became friends. And he was like, oh yeah, come to my show like later this week. And I like went to his show and like took some more pictures and stuff. And he like posted them and whatever. And then like his team like liked the photos and they were like, oh, like you should come on his tour. So I went on his tour with him.
You went on the tour?
Yeah, and like did the videos on the tour.
Wow, you were on like the tour bus and everything?
Exactly.
That is, oh man, nice.
The first video I ever did, but for some reason, because like I was like young and like I don't know, I guess like whenever you're young, like they try to take advantage of you. You know what I mean? Like just like the labels and stuff.
Well, yeah.
They try to like squeeze work out of you for free, like because like they know that you aren't established. You know what I mean? And they can do like that. So like instead of like typically the labels are like shopping around. They ask a bunch of established production companies like, yo, we want a video, like 30K or 40K, where the fuck the budget is. And a bunch of people like make these ideas and they submit them and they pick one. But instead they can also just be like, oh, here's this young kid who'll do it for free. You know what I mean? It'll probably,
you're right.
And it might look just as good. So you know what I mean? So me and Ian like really wanted to do a video together, but like his team was like super against it at the time. Because like they didn't think I was like established or anything. They just didn't like me, I guess. Which is always a thing in this industry. You know what I'm saying?
I mean,
like, even if people don't know you, they're gonna make prejudgments of you.
Oh yeah, of course.
Try to like put you down, and it's happened to me a lot of times. Anyways, I learned early on. But me and Ian were like, let's shoot this fucking video. The song Flowers. He had this idea. And we're gonna shoot it without his team knowing. You know what I mean? Just like fuck, because they wouldn't let us do it. So let's just do it. Fuck it. I can put it together. And I like pulled some strings and like fucking got like a nice car and all this shit. Like we put it together and we just shot. And his team found out that I was doing that video.
Yeah.
They didn't like that, right? So they put together a whole other Flowers video that was shot the night before our video, right? So basically like Ian was in LA. He was flying to New York to film the video with me in New York. And that they shot a video with like a 40K budget in LA the night before Ian flew over. They like forced him to do it. And Ian was like really upset about that. And so they flew to New York. We shot our video for $0. and then both videos were then done, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And mine was significantly better, the $0 one.
Even with $0.
Yeah, and I remember we like walked into the label, and they like all like none of them liked me for some reason, and we like sat down and we like played the fucking video that they paid for, and we played my video, and Ian was like, I want to use Mooch's video, like Mooch's video is better, and everyone was like, all right, fine, and then I was like, okay, you guys are gonna have to like pay me, you know what I mean, like,
Well, yeah, I mean, you're not doing it free.
and they agreed to pay me, right, for it. And so then I gave them the video came out, and like it was really like a good like 6 months where like I kept hitting them up like, yo, like please pay me the amount of money you owe me, please pay me. They wouldn't pay me. The video's on YouTube.
Are you serious?
Yeah, and then I had to get like a lawyer to help me out, and then they finally paid me.
Oh
But
my
it's like,
God.
it's just like a perfect example of like how like it kind of works sometimes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's cool. And then like over time I just kind of like proof of concept, like, you know what I mean? Because then after like, okay, they're like, okay, we're gonna give Mooch the next video, give him a 20K budget, and then like it did really well, and like, all right, we'll give him 30, and then it went #1 trending on YouTube, like my third ever video I ever did went #1.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and it like trended above Playboy Cardi. So
Really?
like Playboy Cardi didn't drop music for like over a year, and then he dropped his first song in over a year, and my video with Ian was #1, and Playboy Cardi was #2. And I remember being like, and that was when I could like go to my parents and I was like, fuck you. You know what I mean? Because
I know, look at me, I'm #1.
My parents never really like, my parents like believe in me, but they didn't think I had my head screwed on. You know what I mean? They thought I was a bad kid, like smoking pot, running around, like getting in trouble, but not telling them what I was doing really. But once I got that #1 trending video, that's when I was able to be like, fuck you, like I'm dropping out of school.
Yeah,
like,
yeah, exactly.
And then I dropped out of school and I just worked more with Ian. And then from there, I was able to branch out and like work with other artists and stuff over the past like 3 years.
Yeah, I know. I saw like the people you work with, and Juice World was actually someone you worked with on a lot of videos.
Yeah. So the story with him is I only met him twice in person before he passed, which kind of,
Okay.
I did like some photos of him, but that was just like concert stuff. Really happy I actually got to like have conversation with him. But one thing I respected about him is that he was like super down to like super approachable almost.
Yeah.
Yeah. We were like in a setting where like he was like the back of the concert or whatever. So like whoever was in there wasn't gonna be like a fanboy or some shit. But I was a fanboy. I'm not gonna lie. I really remember. So the way I met him was because I was working the baby show, taking pictures with the real goats, and Juice WRLD just like walked in out of nowhere to meet the baby. Like he just came through the show.
Oh, sweet.
And they had me doing like this whole skit where the first song I was wearing a cop uniform, and I would chase the baby in a circle and then like jump in the crowd. It was fucking every show they had me do that. I remember I was like wearing this police uniform. I was sitting on the couch. And like Juice WRLD and his like girlfriend walked in. And I was like, holy shit, Juice WRLD the fuck. And I like went to the back and grabbed my little 3D camera that I had packed away. And I was like kind of awkwardly standing there. And he just like looked at me and was like, why the fuck are you in a police uniform? Like, they're like laughing at me. And then like and then I had like some Naruto stickers on my camera, and he's like, oh, you like Naruto? And then we just kind of like chopped it up and I took some pictures of him. And then he was like, he didn't give me his number, but he made sure that his girlfriend got my number so I could send he was like, yo, get his number to get the pictures. And I sent the pictures, and he posted the picture on his Instagram, which was really cool at the time. I was like, wow, Juice WRLD just posted my photo.
I know, that's insane.
And then I like saw him again, like super briefly at another concert where he just like remembered me and was like, oh, hey, you know what I mean? Just whatever. And then his actual videographer though, like the one that was with him 24/7 is one of this kid. His name is Steve Cannon. But I like became friends with him. And unfortunately, we all know Juice WRLD passed.
Well, yeah,
which was really sad. And so I never did a video with him until after he passed. You know what I mean? So then I did like animations, and then I did like acting videos and stuff because his team. This is like because by the time he passed, I only did like one video. You know what I mean? Like
where I directed,
like because this is like 2019, like the end of 2019. I didn't really do like start doing videos until 2020. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah. But no, it's definitely really sad. I feel like, you know, you can go like in all different directions about him, because like he really was crying out for help in all his songs. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
I feel like he was the type of person where like after like getting to know his team and stuff, it almost seemed like you couldn't really control him. You couldn't stop him from doing what he was gonna do. Like, you know what I mean? Like he like just was wired the way he was.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. Like, I mean, it's sad. Like,
Mhm.
someone like that, like you said, is crying out for help. But then,
But at the end of the day, it
there's nothing you could really do.
also shows that like only person that can help you is yourself
I
too.
know exactly.
You know what I
You're right.
mean? Like, so like, I don't know. It's definitely super sad, especially like hearing the perspective of the people that like were with him at the time and stuff.
Mhm.
But it's actually crazy too, because like his music is still like, whenever like Spotify releases like, oh, this is like the most played artist this year, like Juice WRLD is always like number one or two or three,
Yeah.
even like today. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, yeah,
Really crazy, like, because like they're like releasing old music and like it's still fucking getting, or even the old music that was already out, as people are going back to it. I don't know. I like miss that era of music as well too. You know, I feel like that's what I was into. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That like SoundCloud, like, oh, I'm just gonna fucking record into my laptop and drop it. You know, but it was like really good. You know, like that sound is like, it's like still here, but it's not as like impactful as it was. You know what I mean? Because like there's like two types of those sounds. It's like the Playboy Cardi, like Yeet. I don't know if you're familiar with Yeet. I love their music, but you can't really like understand what they're saying. But you're
Yeah,
just kind of like
yeah,
vibing. But then like Juice World and like Lil Peep, like X,
yeah,
they're more like melodic on like the trap beats, and you could totally understand what they're saying, so you could like sing along as well. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah,
So
yeah, exactly.
like that's why they was so mainstream. You know, that's why it blew up. But
And,
yeah,
and Trippy Red, you you worked on some of his songs, and
yeah,
the
that was awesome.
the Holy Smoke song. You're friends with David
Just
Mazus, right?
watch this. Look at this. All right, so I hired some like comic book artists. This is I patent this shit. Whoever's fucking watching this can't steal this. I own it. Um, Basically, you know, David Mazouz was Batman. I made my own superhero. I'm gonna make into a. I think we're being David. We're talking about it. We're gonna make it into a TV show, hopefully. But it's called Manifest Man, and
Oh my God! Look at him.
that's that's Manifest Man right there.
He's like the nicest guy. I interviewed him twice.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, yeah.
I
He's super sweet. Like,
Oh, he's like the most like mature friend of mine. Like, you know what I mean? Like whenever I actually need like life advice, he's
yeah.
like, he always gives the best. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah.
Like he, he's the goat. Like he's crazy, because he literally like, because his child acting, like he's the one that like supports a lot of people. Like, you know what I mean, in his life.
Mhm.
It was like really cool to see. I don't know. And he's super smart. He goes to Stanford. He's destined for something for sure.
Yeah, like he is. He's going to college and just came off of Gotham, and you would think he would continue doing like these big television shows or movies, but he decided to go to college, and I think he was doing plays too while he was in college.
Yeah, no, he's been doing like a lot of short films and stuff.
Yeah, 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 exactly. Yeah, he's really nice. Like I said, I interviewed him twice.
That's awesome. I didn't know that. That's cool.
Oh yeah, yeah, really nice person.
You know, I love putting him in my music videos, because it's like it's like a crazy cameo for like some people. You know what I mean? Because he's like Batman.
Well, yeah, of course.
And then for me, it's just David. You know what I mean? It's just like he's honestly a really good actor though. Like, he actually does a great job. Like in the Holy Smokes video, like that was a lot of fun when he was like, holy smoke. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And that was when he's walking around with the hoodie,
Yeah,
right?
explosion and stuff, and he was like, fuck.
Yeah.
That video was great. So that video, we like built this whole, my idea originally was like, when like the car gets placed down and it gets big, like Ant-Man and shit.
Mm-hmm.
That
Mm-hmm.
was gonna happen. The Trippy gets in the car, he's cruising around, and then I was gonna have him go to this laundromat, right? And there's gonna be like a bunch of girls in the, because it's like they're laundering money, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Okay.
And there's like, they're like washing money and all the washing machines and stuff, and they're like cleaning money, and the money's like all red and all that, like hanging it up. There's gonna be like a laundromat, cool looking strobe lights and performance and stuff. And then
Nice.
he goes in this elevator, it brings him up, and then Lil Uzi is upstairs, and it's like this, like, you remember when David was sitting at that computer screen? It was like,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes.
And we built this like beautiful, like cybernetic, like crazy looking, like sci-fi room, and that was supposed to be like the main performance and stuff with Lil Uzi and everything. But Lil Uzi just didn't show up to the first day. And then we like kept the set up for a second day, and he didn't show up again.
Oh my God.
And then he was like, yo, I'm in New York actually. Like, can you all come to me? So then we went to New York, and I had to like kind of rewrite the idea to like, I was like, let's go get this art. I was like, oh, I knew this is arcade in Chinatown I used to go to as a kid. I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I was like, let's shoot it at this arcade in Chinatown. Like, called them up, and they're like, yeah, sure. And then we just like kind of like winged it. It was like very improv, you know what I mean? Which was like, so, but you like the David scene, that's why there's no rappers in that computer room screen.
Oh, okay.
Showed up, but we still used it. You know what I mean? Because like I literally like last minute like called David. I was like, yo, you need to come here right now. Like I need to film you because like we have this set and like nobody to film. Like, you know, like
Oh my God. And of course, being a good friend, he comes through, right?
but you would never be able to tell watching the video that something like that happened, which I'm proud of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Which, I mean, for anyone that's watching this that wants to be a director, literally like number one rule, I was saying earlier when we were just talking,
Yeah.
literally like improvisation. You know what I mean? Always assuming that you can make it work and get it done regardless of any of the circumstances, you know? And also like, no matter how anxious or stressed or like, oh my God, we're fucked, that type of like energy you have to like low-key put a mask on
Yeah.
and like not show that. You know what I mean? Like perfect example is like Steven Spielberg directing Jaws. I don't know if you ever
Yeah.
you ever hear him talk about that.
Mm-hmm.
They like went to Martha's Vineyard and they put the shark in the water and it sunk to the bottom of the ocean because they only tested it in fresh water and not in salt water. And this like fucking multi-million-dollar piece of prop was just at the bottom of the ocean. And then they're like, what the fuck? We have no shark in our shark movie. But then he came up with the idea of, oh, let's use the barrels to simulate the shark, or let's the dock getting ripped off, all that stuff. And it makes the movie better because now there's like this buildup to like the shark. And, you know what I mean? So when they finally got the shark figured out where it could be in the water. So it makes the movie have more suspense.
Oh yeah.
You know? And like he talks about when he was on that set where he was literally like, you should hear him talk about it. It's crazy. He has like PTSD from it.
Oh no.
Yeah. No, he says some funny stuff. He's like, the reason why I was saying PTSD because like I saw one thing where he was like giving like a tour of like Spielberg Drive in Universal Studios, and they had like the boat from Jaws.
Okay.
Like in the water just chilling. And he said that like, yeah, that movie was like the most stressful experience he's ever had in his life because like he really thought that he was like that he like fucked up like the entire time he was filming it. You know what I mean? Like because like the shark sunk and like it was just like a big mess filming on the water and they only had like 50 days to film it. And like by 30 days they like didn't even shoot the shark once. Like, you know what I mean? He was like freaking out.
Oh my God.
He was like rewriting the movie the whole time while they were shooting it, but he was like pretending like it was all good to like the crew and stuff. And he says that he would walk out there and just sit on the boat in the Jaws movie and just like cry. That's literally what he said. And he said he would do it for like years. And then he said one day he like came back from like traveling to the Universal lot, and he went to go to see the boat, and it was gone. And he was like, "What the fuck?" And it's because they like apparently they like got rid of it, they like destroyed it or something. And he was like,
crazy.
he was upset, so he was like, I asked them to rebuild it, so I could still go sit on it. So they like rebuilt it, a replica again for him, just so he could like go sit on it.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's pretty funny.
Wow. I know you said you had something to do, so
I got someone to go. I got like 7 more minutes.
Okay. So I'll wrap it up so you have time to freshen up and get ready and all that stuff.
It's fine. I fucking walk around in sweatpants everywhere I go. It's all
the last question I wanted to ask you. I see you have Infinity Studios, and I wanted to ask you what that was about.
Yes. So Infinity Studios is my production company, the same way like Steven Spielberg has Amblin is the name of his company that he has partnered with Universal for, and then like George Lucas is Lucasfilm, and then like Spielberg's company, Kubrick's company is just called Kubrick LLC. Mine is Infinity Studios. Just my first tattoo drove my fucking dad nuts. But let's see if I have the logo somewhere around. No. But basically, actually, let me pull it up. Basically, the way I came up with it, also advice to anyone out there that wants to get into the music video scene or film scene, you got to make an LLC, like a company to like run your stuff through. Like no label is going to give you a budget if you don't have like a business account. You know what I mean? Because they don't like sending it to personal accounts or whatever. And I used to do like painting a lot. I used to paint a lot when I was young. I still like do it sometimes. Like it's kind of therapeutic. Or just like drawing in general, And I would sign my drawings Mooch, And one day, I was like a junior in high school, and I like made the O. I was trying to figure out like how I was gonna sign the drawings, How I was gonna write Mooch. And then one time I made the O's an infinity sign.
Nice.
And I was like, whoa, that's really fucking cool. And I like thought about it, and it like hit me, and I was like, whoa, there's something more to that. And I was like, oh, it's because I'm like an artist. I'm trying to create something that lasts longer than my existence. Like, you know what I mean? Like infinite, and it represents like a time period when I created it. Because like every music video I've done, if I were to die today, they would be there forever, technically.
Well, yeah, sure.
Which is like connected to the idea of Infinity Studios.
Yeah.
So then it was just like M infinity sign CH, like Mooch. And then when I discovered that I had to make an LLC, like a company, that's when I was like, oh, it's called Infinity Studios. And that was like in 2019. And then I guess the rest is history.
Damn, nice.
I feel like the name has let me show you the logo. It just looks like, I just feel good about it. I could just see it on a big movie, Let me pull it up 1 second. But yeah, nah. What do you think of the name Infinity Studios? Do you like it?
I love it. And like the whole thing with the O's and the symbol, like, yeah, that's brilliant. I love it.
So this is the official logo. We own it. We licensed it.
Oh, that is so cool.
Like backwards, but it says studios in the infinity sign.
Yeah, that is really cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
But, nice, man. Nice.
I'll have to send you like some merch once we get it made.
Yeah, definitely do.
But yeah, I know we were talking about it earlier. I just wanted to mention it so you have it on recording. I know you said your favorite fictional character is Michael Myers
from Halloween. Yes.
You can see you're a horror film fanatic.
I got Pennywise. That's Stephen King's It.
Stephen King is a goat.
Oh my God, he's brilliant.
He wrote The Shining, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was right. Yeah. So if you ever want to get a good laugh, look up like Stephen King talking about Stanley Kubrick, because he
Wait,
hates
really?
Stanley Kubrick. Because Stanley Kubrick didn't they like look, something happened where like on the set of The Shining, because Stanley
Yeah.
Kubrick bought the rights from Stephen King to do The Shining, and like so Stephen King like came through to like the first week of shooting, and I guess like Kubrick was like, I guess Stephen King was trying to like give him direction or something, and Kubrick was like fuck off, like, you know what I mean, this isn't
Oh my God.
you know what I mean, this isn't your place kind of thing. And like Stephen King was like really rubbed the wrong way because it's like his story, you know. And that's why there's like, so because the movie is very different from the book, you know, it's like takes place in the hotel, is similar, but there's the scenes are completely different. It's basically just like Kubrick's adaptation in his own way. And perfect example that Kubrick did as like a fuck you to Stephen King is the forget the name of the black guy in the movie that gets killed, like pulls up.
Yeah.
Or I forget what it is, or maybe it's Jack Nicholson's car. Gotta go back and look it up. But basically, in the book, it's a yellow Volkswagen like Beetle car, right? In the book, and in the movie, it's a red one. But the way they show it's a red one is that we see the yellow one driving, right? And then it gets in the car crash, gets hit by a truck, and like crazy car crash, and then the red one comes into frame. And Jack Nicholson, like, or whoever it is driving, looks at the yellow one, is like, oh damn, and like drives by. And it's like, and that's like a fuck you.
Oh my God, that is insane.
You had the yellow car, I got the red car. This is my story. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh my God.
Yeah, look it up. It's actually hilarious.
I can see why Stephen King got me.
Yeah. But that's my favorite horror movie, is definitely The Shining.
The Shining.
Because like I gotta watch it again. Like last time I watched it was like in December. One thing about Kubrick's movies though, that if they're for some reason for me it's like they're so impactful that like there's so much going on that like I don't even like it's hard for me to even like remember like the characters' names exactly. You know what I mean? Because like it's just like so much other shit going on versus
Exactly.
Because versus like Star Wars or something where they're really trying to like be like, yo, this is Luke Skywalker. This is, you know what I mean? Like, this is Darth Vader. You know, and they're trying to like sell it. You know what I mean? like it's different type of branding. You know, like Kubrick's more about like, yo, like just watch this and feel something. Like,
yeah.
Like, you know, instead of like this franchise brand. You know, but yeah, no. I'm gonna go watch The Crow for sure though.
Oh my God, you have to see that movie. It's so good. Like that is definitely my all-time. Like I love that movie. I could literally watch that every day and not get tired of it.
I'm gonna watch that later tonight. I'll DM you and let you know what I think.
Yeah, definitely tell me what you think of it. The Crow. There's an Asian woman in it. Her name is Bei Ling. And I actually interviewed her for the show, and I was like freaking out because I was like, oh my God. I was like, I literally like The Crow is my favorite movie. I told her in the interview, I said, and now I'm talking to you like you were a main character in that. And she's like, oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Wow, that's awesome. That's pretty surreal.
Yeah, exactly.
That's why you got to keep doing this shit. Take it to the next level.
I know, right? I'm trying. I'm trying. Like I interviewed, like I said, I interviewed your friend Veet and Alex Lange. I tried getting him like a few times, and he said yes, and then he never did it. So
I'll tell him that he's slacking. He's a flake, Alex. He's a little flaky. He's like,
yeah, I could tell.
No, I love him. He's a good friend. He's just, but yeah, nah. We gotta. I mean, shit. I'll tell some people to Maybe I can get you some people to come through and you can interview or something.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Of course. All right. Well, I do have to go, unfortunately.
Okay. It was really good talking to you. Like anytime you want to do this again, I'm totally down.
Oh yeah. No, definitely. We'll have to do like a couple more so we can see the progression of each other's careers, you know?
Exactly. Yes.
5 years from now, we're gonna have a whole different setup. You'll see me sitting in like a fucking massive library in my house.
There you go.
You'll be having an LED fucking screen, Mandalorian 360.
Yeah, right. Instead of this, the little green screen I got in the back.
It works though. It's cool.
That's true.
You got to wear a green shirt one day just to like throw people off.
I know, right? Exactly.
But no, it was super dope meeting you.
Yeah, definitely, man. Definitely was fun.
Yeah, but send me the clips from this. I'd love to check it out, and we'll definitely have to talk again.
All right, sweet, buddy. Well, whatever you're doing tonight, have fun.
Thanks, man.
Okay.
I'll see you later.
Bye. There we go. I'll get to get it in frame.
All right. Well, just DM me. All right.
Okay.
All right. Take care.
You too.